Namaste, Your Royal Majesty, and welcome to Soul Horoscope SuperScope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm your Sensei to Sirius Joy, and I'm very grateful that you've tuned in to watch my SuperScope. And I call it Super because it is designed to serve many personalities. That is, if you are a Leo, or if you are a Royal Leo rising, like myself, or if you have Venus in Leo, there'll be a love scope for you later on here in the SuperScope. So it's going to be a powerful week. We're going to have a real test of ourselves and a real change of winds as Mars goes direct. We're going to wrap up the Sun in Taurus and go racing into the Sun in Gemini with a very aggressive tone. Now for Leos and Leo risings, this has been your career transit. You've gone through an entire career transit with Mars retrograde, and as soon as Mars goes direct, boom, you move into a new topic. But this week, you're going to have to really stand in your own personal leadership. This is you standing in your personal campaigns, the direction you want to go, and not wavering. So you will be tested on your ability to endure with plans as you had wanted to, all right? Then, as the Sun moves into Gemini, you'll be moving into your I belong consciousness. And this is a big consciousness for Leos and Leo risings because Leos want to shine. They want to be out there in the right place and connect to the right people. And this is going to be an intense change, maybe, of your market or marketing since there's been a lot of Mars retrograde in Libra, a lot of changing of your thinking, a lot of changing of your message. And so you might find there's a lot of changing of your friendships in the beginning. So you might go through a friendship shift or continue to go through shifts. You're also going to feel or your heart might begin to drop out of some associations. That's the end of the week. So moving on to the Grand Cross, it's still up in the sky. It's still kind of binding us and forcing us to change in 4 directions. And from that, we are changing entirely. We're in a cocoon right now, but we will be butterflies soon. Now, from east to west here on the screen left, Uranus in Aries is really the belief and life purpose direction of Leos and Leo risings focusing. And last week, you might have seen some real sprouts as Venus crossed over Uranus. So you were maybe forced to look at new information, look at a different direction, accept a different belief, realize a certain truth, and it really came into maybe a strong fruition. This is very important with Mars retrograde on the other side in Libra, which is the questioning back and forth in your mind of anything. Okay, not knowing quite where to go. So I think this week you'll know exactly where to go, how to talk, how to move forward, how to think forward, how to go forward if you are a messenger like myself, the new message going forward after Mars direct, so to speak, and representing really the change in life purpose or beliefs that happened in the last couple of weeks, really a couple of months. Then north-south, this opposition is faith versus reality, unfortunately. Now, reality will not pile any new stuff on you right now, says Pluto, which is now retrograde in what we call the 6th house, or reality, your IB consciousness. However, you do have to live up to the new rules that you've come up with when it comes to health and reality for success. What is moving forward without necessarily tangible reason is Jupiter in Cancer, your inner faith. So inner faith continues to grow without physical, tangible results anywhere. That's due to Mars retrograde, that's due to Pluto retrograde, it's due to lots of things. And this week, you will decide whether you have faith or not. A real big cornerstone to kind of building something out of nothing, which as a Taurus, I know how to do. So this is going to be a powerful week in that regard. Now, when you do decide that you have faith in yourself once and for all, that's Jupiter at step 17, you're going to be able to move into step 18, which is to act on that faith. And I believe what this is going to do is, as long as you maintain your own emotional boundaries, Saturn and Scorpio, so you know how you have to nurture yourself, you know how you have to be home at a certain time, you know how much sleep you need. This Saturn has been beating the hell out of you with. As long as you do that and upgrade what you need for yourself there, Chiron in Pisces says you're going to probably decide that you trust again. And deciding that you trust again is a big healing moment for you because this is the cornerstone of entering into intimate relationships, entering into deeper relationships, doing more profound trust, a transformation of yourself. All can come from trusting yourself again. But looking at the wiring of the planets, it all comes from seeking that higher faith. So this is a very good time to have a spiritual practice. I've said it before, I'll say it again, because you're developing inner faith, and you've got about a month now to develop that real faith, and it will stick for 12 years. So stick to it. So looking at the week, there's a couple of hard spots I want to point out. Can't point out everything, unfortunately, in the time limits. But the moon in Capricorn over the weekend will definitely be maybe a test of lifestyle, a shifting of the gears in your lifestyle, a catching up of your lifestyle. Mars retrograde rules for one last day, creating maybe subconscious, passive-aggressive tension in your life. And it might be difficult in that sense, but you want to move forward with career plans and take action with what you had intended to do. Monday, it's a very Monday is a day that will be based on your mirage. You'll be very self-critical, so be careful about that. And then on Tuesday, you will be very relationship sensitive as Mars goes direct. So I'm just putting it out there. So watch your tongue, Your Majesty. You're going to be loose with the tongue on Monday through Wednesday. Maybe saying truths your heart doesn't want to share, but because Mars retrograde has kept your mouth shut about certain things, this might be an explosive time. At the same time, you are explosive in relationships because the moon is in Aquarius, but God Creator gives us a yod pointing to Saturn and Scorpio, which says the way through this day for Leos and Leo risings is to maintain your own emotional boundaries and nurture yourself. Be your own parent, basically. Be your own Mary Poppins, as I like to say in my readings. So this challenge is really Monday through Wednesday, but apex is when Mars goes direct. And if you've been waiting to sign a contract, or if you have a legal suit that's been on hold or something like that, that will probably move forward now with Mars direct, FYI. Then lastly, I want to point out Thursday, which is the moon crossing over Pisces. And this is a real potential day where you might start to feel, hey, I think I trust life again. And because Neptune is at step 7, that means that there are spiritual miracles going on. And so you might have a real spiritual miracle with personal trust or intimacy Thursday through Friday, just saying, which will change your beliefs on Saturday. So this week is really about trusting and manifesting the career you intended to manifest and holding that space. And then the second half of the week, which we didn't talk too much about in specific, is feeling whether or not you feel you belong in your certain social groups and certain friends and whatnot. But I think that might be part of the relationship and emotional challenges, maybe friendships or associations that weigh heavy at the end of the week, Your Majesty. But that's really just the setup for what we're going to learn here with the Sun in Gemini and when I come back next week. Now, for those of you who have Venus in Leo, the 1VQs, well, there has been a very crazy shift in love as Venus crossed over Uranus last week. And what might have changed for you if you have Venus in Leo is what you once believed. You might have believed you'd always be single. You might have believed that you'd never marry again. You might have believed that, that's kind of the same thing. You might have believed that you won't find a nice girl or guy. Whatever that case is, that belief probably changed last week, which changes the winds. And as Mars goes direct this week, you will begin to probably start to course into a new direction or a new belief or new feeling of purpose about what your life may end up with. Of course, this is a big question mark anyways, because Uranus is about halfway, not even halfway through Aries, but this is probably a profound shift in winds for you in love direction. For those who are in long-term relationships, you're going to find that your LTRs get shifted probably from one or two of the partners having a change in career or a need in learning. So the relationship will probably go through some challenges here in the next couple of weeks if you have a Venus in Leo and you are in a relationship, because you're shifting courses in life are putting pressure on the old courses, and you have to kind of gallop around that. Now, if you would like to know the backstory and how this all ends, I've recorded a 30-minute video that goes through the entire month of May called the May Megascope. It's available for immediate download via MP3 or on video at soulmart.me, and I do appreciate your purchases. They keep me on the air. Thank you in advance. If you're interested in a reading, I have a new special that's going to be for a while. It is 2 half-hour readings for $99. That's about a $35 savings. This is a great way to kind of look at an issue and come back to it, really dive deep and break through. Details are available at soulmart.me. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we say please be kind and do subscribe. If you're on Facebook, you can like us or share us with your friends by going to soulgarden.me. And right now we are casting people to join us for a webcam talk show called Astro Gossip. Come on down to astrogossip.com and see what it's about. You see the webcam, play on camera with this. It's coming out this summer, and I'm going to start to cast for it now. We're looking for anyone under the sun who knows astrology and who wants to play. It's going to be fun. All right, Your Royal Majesty, such a pleasure to serve. I'm grateful you've come back. And I do want to say, stick to that career direction, even though Mars is going to go flip-flopping this week. And don't worry about where you belong or don't belong. That's going to be taken care of. It's going to get pretty deep. We have Mercury retrograde coming up in early June. So whatever you think now, it's going to change. I promise you that. Remember, I love you, and live, love, be.
Soul